Welcome to the Blessed Up in Sarasota podcast, hosted by Nadia and Bree, where we talk homes, lifestyle, faith, and coastal dreams.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first podcast of Blessed Up in Sarasota. I'm Bree.
And I'm Nadia.
And we are
You're Christians in Real Estate.
This show is about faith, real estate, lifestyle, and community.
And we live in such a blessed community, don't we, Bree?
We do.
You know, we're in real estate together, and so many people just dream about living in Sarasota. And for us, we're living the dream. But it did take a leap of faith.
It sure did.
You took a big leap of faith. I took a big leap of faith. My husband and I, we left everything behind to come here to Sarasota. So what's your story of leap of faith?
So my leap of faith happened around 2 years ago, end of 2024. My boyfriend at the time and I moved from Pennsylvania. He wanted to move to Arizona and I said no.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah, we're very glad we didn't. It was a more expensive flight. It was a longer flight. There was a time change. So moving from the Northeast, it's a lot easier to acclimate to Florida. So yeah, we moved down here and we haven't regretted it. We've met so many nice people. Everyone's just on vacation mode down here and it's just such a nice change of pace compared to Philly. But yeah, we definitely don't look back and we're very glad we moved here. We met Nadia. She actually sold us our first house. That's how we got
Yay.
introduced.
That is how we met.
Yeah.
And now we work together. Can you believe that?
Yes.
That's how things work in Sarasota. It's such a community where you meet people and because there's a lot of community, people are always gathering to go have meals together or go to church together or to games or whatnot.
Yeah.
You end up very interconnected.
Yeah.
And because of that, sometimes you discover that I want to do what that person is doing and they'll help me get there. Or I want to go to this church and let me join my friends over there. And so you end up doing life together in many ways because you get plugged in with each other. And that's kind of what happened with Bree. She wanted to do real estate and she reached out and I said, come on down, let's do an open house together. And here we are now. It's been such a blessing. Well, I took my big leap of faith in 2019. And my husband, he had retired. He had been talking about, you know what, we've been in Las Vegas for like 26, 27 years. It's time for a new pace and a new scenery. And we both had lived in Florida in our young adult years. I actually went to college at Florida State.
Woo! Go Knowles.
Go Knowles. But I have to say, I'm kind of torn because my son graduated from law school at U of F. So, you know.
I like both. Yeah.
If I go to the game when the Knowles are playing the Gators, I have to kind of do this and I have to do this and just split myself in two. But either way, they're both great. So it's
No
all
Hurricanes
good.
fans.
No. Yeah. So, although my son lived in Miami for just a tiny bit. But anyway, so I took the leap of faith in 2019. We want to be closer to the beach. We want to have an outdoor lifestyle, which we didn't truly have in Las Vegas. There's really no beaches or anything like that in Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a bowl. It's a bowl, and then there's all these mountains surrounding it, and then there's a desert, and then you go to California or Utah or Arizona or something else. But truly, in that bowl, it's just desert. There's Lake Mead, and yeah, that's okay. But it's very hot. Everybody knows that. It's very, very hot. So when summertime comes around, you don't have that outdoor lifestyle that we have here. And here, the lifestyle is incredible. We both live in the Waterside area. And if you go down Fruitville, it's just like church alley. Church. You can go down. They even have a sidewalk that borders. You could literally come out of the community on the sidewalk and walk and just go to any one of those churches.
Yeah.
So I was talking to another lady that she has a marriage ministry through our church. And she was saying that she had an incredible experience too when she moved here because they moved from Missouri. And what was interesting to her is that here it's not, do you go to church? It's more like, which church do you go to?
That's so true.
So it's a very big difference. And I remember that too, living where I lived before and you met new people, it's kind of like, oh, well, is this a person believer? Are you in the faith? And here it's a little bit different. You almost assume,
Yeah.
but it's more like, oh, where do you go? What's your community?
Or you meet
Kind of a
someone
thing.
and they have like a cross necklace on.
Yes.
You're just like, I see you.
Yeah, I see you. I know. So that's really it's been amazing because in that environment we have built so many friendships and literally doing life together.
Yeah.
From everything from Bible studies to marriage group to real estate to working out to going to the beach to going here, going there.
Yeah.
It's a full lifestyle and we've been blessed. No regrets moving to Florida. We've been now what, 7 years.
Whoa.
Wow, I can't believe it's been 7 years. And I have more friendships that I could have ever imagined. It was really
Wow.
incredible. Yeah, my husband actually and I had a joke because before there, I was just working my business, taking care of our son, being a soccer mom, doing all of that. I was not socially active. I was just work and family
Focused.
and church. And that's all I focused on. Then we came here. Now we're empty nesters. Of course, our son is now all grown up, but we came here and I started working and it's just, oh, you want to go here for lunch? You want to go there for dinner? And then this person and that person. Our social calendar became so active that we had to start saying no to some things because we're never home. And wow, what is this? It was definitely a really cool change of pace. So, and you have a lot to say about the lifestyle here.
Yeah, the lifestyle is great. And I agree with Nadia, even someone in their 20s and they're scared to move here. There's always someone right next door or in your apartment complex or someone that wants to make a friend because they also moved from somewhere else. So it's just wild how many friends you can make. But yeah, the lifestyle is amazing here. The area itself is growing exponentially, and there's new stuff popping up all the time. New places opening close by are, just to list a few, recently, is Kitchen Social and UTC.
I heard that that's amazing. I can't wait
Same.
to try it.
So that came from Ohio from what I researched. All the locations are in Ohio. A lot of Ohio people moved down here, so it probably feels very homey to them. And
Have you tried it?
no, not
You
yet.
haven't tried it yet? Okay.
I like to wait until they have all the kinks worked out.
Yeah, all the opening stuff
Yeah.
is
So
taken care of.
maybe in a few months.
Okay.
But Kitchen Social, that's at UTC. UTC, if you don't know, is a giant shopping area that's about 10 minutes from Waterside and Lakewood Ranch in general. It's right next to Lakewood Ranch. Technically, it's not in the Lakewood Ranch bubble, but it's like right there. Anywho's, we have Delaney's opening up at Lakewood Ranch Main Street. That's going to be an Irish type sit down, nice restaurant, pub style feel.
That looks really amazing.
Yeah.
They've completely redone that building, and we're going to have to talk about Lakewood Ranch Main Street. We have a lot of downtown areas. In Lakewood Ranch alone, we have 3 downtown areas.
Yeah.
We have Waterside, which is in the area where we live, which is the newest one.
Most south you can go.
Yes.
Lakewood Ranch.
Yes. And the closest one to downtown Sarasota as well, and Toledo Key and the beaches, Siesta Key. And then we have Lakewood Ranch Main Street, which is right in the center of Lakewood Ranch, where the beginnings of Lakewood Ranch started in that area.
Back in the 90s.
Yes. And then we have the shopping center that's on the 70. That's considered another downtown.
The Green.
Yeah, the Green.
Yes.
Yes.
That one's a little street that you can walk up and down on, still super cute. Different vibe from Lakewood Ranch Main Street and Waterside, though.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Completely different.
But it's there.
Yeah. I mean, what are your thoughts on Lakewood Ranch Main Street? What's the vibe that you get out of that?
I get that people are really dog friendly there. You can walk your dog up and down the street. There's condos above the establishments and around. So a lot of people walking, active lifestyle, cute little strip, and they keep it so well maintained. Kind of same with Waterside. You just see a lot of people because there's condos, apartments close by, so it's nice. And then with the Green, it's more of like a shopping center instead of like a walkable downtown area, but it's still really nice. and they have so many things in there that you could use if you're living close to Route 70. So you really can't go wrong living by there either.
Absolutely. In any of them. Now, one of the things that took me back when I first saw Lakewood Ranch Main Street is that it felt like I had moved to a quintessential 1950s kind of little town. And especially at Christmas time, it just comes to life.
Yeah.
I was besides myself the first Christmas. I was. They have like this gigantic Christmas tree right in the middle. And then they had Christmas carolers dressed in the traditional long dresses with the buns or whatnot that they would have worn in very traditional, like a Charles Dickens kind of Christmas.
Yeah, it's like a
right?
Hallmark movie.
It is. It's like a Hallmark movie. And then they have horse carriage rides through the downtown too, and then Santa and all of this.
And UTC.
And UTC, now that's more like the luxury version, like fast forward 50 years, 60 years kind of a thing. It's more of the hip and luxury kind of vibe, but still, yes, they have like the dancing palm trees with the lights and the trees and ice skating. So that's a lot of fun. But one thing I do want to make mention of Lakewood Ranch Main Street that I still love there. Actually, my husband and I are going to go on a date night there today. That's the theater.
Love.
I just love that little theater. It's nothing fancy. Seats are still traditional seats, none of the big recliners, none of that. But it feels like you're going back in time.
Yeah.
And the popcorn, I think they have the best popcorn out of all the theaters. I
petition for that.
I'm going to swear by it. I swear by that popcorn there. But I love it because it's a small theater, but they have the up-to-date movies and you just go in and out. Like, gosh, we went to AMC with my mother-in-law and I felt like I had to walk 3 miles just to get to my theater. I don't want to do that. I just want to park,
I didn't love that.
get out, get my popcorn and sit.
Yeah, literally.
So, yeah.
Cute. And they have mini golf downtown Lakewood Ranch Main Street. They have pottery that you can paint.
Yes.
They have jewelry you can make. They have a wine bar that you can get flights. You can get dancing at the Peculiar Club.
Wow.
They have live music right outside of Remy's. They got it all.
Yes, they do. Of course, we can't not talk about Main Street without talking about First Friday.
First Friday.
First Friday. What happens at First Friday?
Close down the street. They have a band set up. It's huge. And people bring their own chairs, BYOC. And they sit in front of the band and they just listen to the music all night. People dance. They have vendors. Yeah, it's popping.
I have a really cute story to tell about that. Our first month, when the first Friday hit, when we moved here, we moved with my 90-year-old grandmother with us.
Oh, yeah.
And she loves to dance. And so we decided, okay, let's take grandma to First Friday. So we walked because we were living in a different neighborhood where we could walk directly into downtown with her wheelchair and everything. We took like a nice stroll. It's about a mile walk. And then she met another gentleman there who asked her out to dance.
Stop.
And she was dancing the night away under those stars in her 90 years of a beautiful life.
That's
so
so
it was such an endearing moment.
Everyone's looking for friends here, whether you're 90 or you're 20.
Yes. Everybody's looking for friendships here.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law visits us but a couple times a year and she has made friends here.
Yeah.
And now every time in the spring they're like, when is she coming? When is she coming? And they go out, they go shopping, they sit at McDonald's for 3 hours. I don't know why, but McDonald's has become their favorite coffee shop.
Hey,
Hey,
each their own.
They love it. Have at it. There's a place for everybody.
Well, you know where she likes to go in UTC?
Where?
Ross.
Of course,
That
Ross.
whole area in UTC is the reason why my friend wants to move down. Hands down, that's the reason.
Because of Ross?
That whole area right there.
Whole UTC.
Like that little circle right in that UTC area is Ross, Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Home Goods.
Yes. That's the one. That is the shopping center.
Like the main four.
Yeah. And that's only 1/4 of UTC.
Literally.
Because UTC it's a quadrant and 4 sections, of each of the quadrant.
Yeah.
And that is just one little section. You still have 3 other sections, and the other 3 are even bigger than that section. So, and we have the aquarium at UTC. But we'll have to leave that for another episode because we're
Yeah.
telling them all in the first episode, and we got to leave something for the other episodes.
Leave it for the imagination.
Yes, we'll tell you all about the aquarium on the next one.
We could go on and on all day. But for the homes in the community, what's your favorite neighborhood in Lakewood Ranch that isn't your own?
Well, I have so many favorite neighborhoods, and I believe there's a neighborhood for everybody here.
How many are there? 30.
I think last time I checked, there were 30 villages in Lakewood Ranch.
And growing.
And still growing. They're expanding. They're expanding off of Fruitville, headed towards Mayaca. They're also expanding off of the 64 and even off of the 70. All of it is going more inland, and the growth is not stopping anytime soon. But one of the communities really close across the street from where I live is Wild Blue and Shellstone. And Shellstone is the newest Homes by Town community. And so they've been there for almost a year. The models are done, and I have not stopped by. So the other day I was thinking to myself, let's check this out. Let's see what's going on in the neighborhood. And to my surprise, Shellstone and Wild Blue, it's part of this huge master plan community. Wild Blue is going to be the section that is going to be your high-end luxury estates. Price points starting, the least expensive home in that area, in that community right now is 1 point. But I do have an insider scoop on a home in there that you're going to be able to get it for under 1.7. That is incredible, and it's brand new. Now, on the other part of that, which has been a little bit more economical, but still, this is very nice and high end, but it's Homes by Town at Shellstone. So there, your price points, I was pleasantly surprised to see that you can get into that community, into a single family home for $655. And that's going to give you about 1,800 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2-car garage. But you have to understand that Wabble and Shellstone, this is resort style, then plus kind of a community. It's geared towards multi-generation, from families to retirees to single people it's for everybody.
Yeah.
There's something for everybody because Lakewood Ranch is a multi-generation. That's one of the things that it's priced for, right? For being multi-generational. In that community, you can also find villas starting in the 490s. That makes it a nice entry level point. Yes. For those of you that are curious, right, we have the CDDs and the HOA fees. HOA fees there for the villas, it's going to sit right around $500. And for the single family homes, the lots are between 45 feet wide to 65 feet wide. And that HOA fee is running around $400 a month. So definitely doable considering what you're going to get. In Shellstone, so how the community is organized, Shellstone has their own amenities, but then within the entire master plan of Wild Blue, then they share amenities with Wild Blue. They're more expensive, running into the 1.8 and up because they're custom homes. And there you will have your luxury builders like Lee Wetherington, Arthur Ruttenberg, Stock Homes, etc. So there's several builders in there. Shellstone will have a social hall, a fitness center, the pool, the fire pits, the cabanas, barbecues, grills, and a fitness lawn. But now the entire master plan community has Midway Park, which is a shared amenity center. It has a pro shop. It has a screened pavilion, play areas, dog parks, basketball courts, 8 pickleball courts, 6 tennis courts, a kayak launch, outdoor fitness, shaded picnic areas, and multiple walking and biking trails. All of that is just so convenient. It's across the street from Waterside Place, which is one of those downtowns that we're talking about, aligned with restaurants and farmers markets, and also only 22 minutes to downtown Sarasota, maybe 25 minutes to Lido Beach. An incredible community, everything very close by. You can live in the bubble.
Yep.
And that's what it's like to live in Lakewood Ranch. It's a bubble. We call it the bubble.
The bubble.
Yeah. Are you leaving the bubble today? I've been in the bubble all week.
Yeah.
I'm planning to leave the bubble this afternoon, but I don't know if I'm going to get to leave the bubble. So
I don't think I left the bubble this week either.
You going to leave the bubble this week?
I don't think so.
I love the bubble. It's comfy. It's cozy.
Yeah, you don't really have a lot of reason to leave the bubble sometimes if you don't work outside of the bubble.
Yeah.
So,
You work really close to your bubble.
yeah,
And I work from home, so
yeah,
I don't really have to leave the bubble.
we love the bubble. There's a Waterside bubble and then there's a Lakewood Ranch bubble.
Yes, there's 2 bubbles. I didn't know if Sarasota itself has a bubble. Maybe Palmer Ranch
Yeah.
could be a bubble.
Palmer Ranch, Mullen Park, probably their own.
Welland Park is a bubble. That's in
Yeah.
Venice.
Yeah. But, well, and Sea Flowers opening up in Bradenton. That could be its own little bubble.
Oh, that could be a bubble.
Yeah.
We're
It's
gonna
not
have to check
done.
out that bubble.
But that one's gonna be really close to Bradenton Beach. So people that are looking for homes that are 10-minute drives from the beach, that's a great location. But yeah, the great part about Lakewood Ranch is that it's about 30 minutes to the beach, give or take, and we are not in any sort of flood zone. We don't have to evacuate, we don't have to
Mhm.
do much of anything if a hurricane comes through, unless it's like class 5, I guess.
And even then,
don't-
we did have some pretty heavy hitters 2 years ago because last year we didn't have a hurricane at all. Thank you, God. That was a
Yeah.
blessing. We needed a little bit of a break,
Blessed up.
but yes, blessed up. But even then, when the last one that hit, I think was Ian, was pretty strong. But we are so far inland because Lakewood Ranch sits 30 feet above sea level, and we're also about 5 miles in its closest point to the ocean. Well, we've covered a lot of ground between bubbles and homes and downtown. So, Bree, what's the scoop out there about the market in Sarasota? What are we looking at for numbers?
So the Sarasota Spill, the weather today, we're going to start with that because everyone's always really curious what the weather's like here. The high is 89 today, the low is 75. We have isolated storms from 2 to 3 p.m., which is pretty normal in the summer months. Rains for just a little bit and then it stops. The peak UV is 7. So then we have the interest rate. Everyone's always really curious about that. Currently, it's sitting around 6.5% average, and we have a median sales price of Sarasota County in total for April of 2026 as $490,000. Last year, it was average 470 in April.
Wow. So we are actually doing a little bit better than last year,
Yeah,
which is really impressive given that, the market has truly softened.
yeah.
And there's a lot of great deals out there for
There
buyers.
is. Yeah, I was kind of shocked looking at that stat too.
Yeah, it was pretty. Now, we are coming off our high season,
Yeah.
right? In the spring, we have a lot of people who are here for the spring season and then they get really excited and motivated and end up buying homes. So I
Yeah.
can definitely see that.
That makes sense.
So-
So we're going to leave you with a blessed weekly word, Jeremiah 29:7. Seek the peace and prosperity of the city to which I have carried you. Pray to the Lord for it, because if it prospers, you too will prosper.
That's beautiful. We have to pray for our city. We have to pray for our communities, not only people, but also our neighborhoods, our communities, our cities, our nation, our leaders.
Yes.
We really get a more bird's eye coverage through our prayers. But this has definitely been such a peaceful, blessed place to live.
And we just want to continue to prosper through God's word.
Yes. Amen to that. Well,
So-
it's been an amazing time. We've covered a lot of ground.
Yes. Be sure to share this with someone who can use a little faith or coastal inspiration today. Stay blessed up.
Blessed up.